Welcome back everyone to the Blender Creator course, Stylized 3D Models, and this is where we left it off. Alright, let's go back to modeling now, and let's actually start modeling. Let's just put our cursor around here, so shift right click, and what we'll do now is we'll start modeling we'll do the lamp above the window here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all press shift A. I'm not going to worry too much about the size at the moment. All I want to do is get the right dimension, so I'm just going to press S and Z like so. And this lamp will be, it seems complex, but it's not really. So let's actually come in, and what we'll do is we'll bend in this part first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bottom of it, press the S button, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a couple of edge loops. So Control R, 2, left click and right click. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to now bring these in. Now I find it really handy when you're bringing things in if you're using either the sharp or the root. Those to me seem to be the best ones. So if I come into sharp now and just bend this in, as you can see, we've got a really nice bend already on that, and that's looking pretty nice. But what I want to do is, as well as I want to bring this bottom in just a little bit. So I'm just going to grab the bottom and then I'm going to press S and bring it in just a little bit. So we've got that nice curve on there. That is what I'm looking for. Now what I want to do is I want to stretch this out a little bit. So I'm going to press S and Z. Oops, let's grab this. S and Z. Stretch it out a little bit like so. And from this now I think I can actually create my actual lamp. So what I'm going to do now, I'll put a top on there. So I'm going to grab the top, press E for extrude, S to bring it out without proportional editing on this time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press E to bring it up, and then E again, bring it up again, and then S to bring it in like so. Whereabouts our chain is going to be on top of it. Now let's also think about bending these in as well. So I'm going to press Control R, and generally when you want to bend something in, better off bringing 3 or an odd number. So left click, right click, which means that you've got one then in the center. And from the center one, it's always easier, like with this proportional editing on sharp on, to then bring it in. So you can really bring it in, as you can see, like so. Now I'm thinking I'll pull it out just a tad. Let's actually try that again. It might be better off on the root. Let's try. Yes, there you go. There's the root. You can see now it's made it much smoother. So I said, you know, it really is root or sharp for me. They're the ones that I want to use. All right, now let's do the bottom part. Turn proportional editing off again. And let's press E, enter, S, bring it out. And let's press E, bring it down. And let's press maybe a little bit more than that. And let's press E again. In fact, we won't actually press E again. I'm just going to press Control Z. What I'm going to do instead is I'll bring it in a little bit first, then press E, and now press the S button like so. Now because I actually came in then and actually pressed E, you know, a couple or 3 times, it's always best when you've used extrude, if you're not sure, just to grab the whole thing, come to mesh, clean up, and what you want to do is you want to merge by distance, and then it'll just tell you if any of them are removed. So let me show you a quick example of that. If I come to this bottom one, press E, enter, we can't actually see anything there. But if I press G, you can see that it's actually extruded. Now, if you come in and press A and come to Mesh, Clean Up, Merge by Distance, 8 vertices removed. And now if I come to the bottom of it, you can see there's nothing actually there. So that's what that actually does. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to squish this together a little bit. It's a little bit too long now, so squish it together just a little bit like so. And I think I'm actually happy with that. Now, one thing I'm not happy with is this bit here. I want this beveled off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, Alt Shift click, Control plus, just to grab the next ones along, Y to split them off. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in and just bevel these edges a little bit. So I'm going to come in, Control R, Alt Shift click like so. And then I'm going to press Control B and just bevel those off like so. Now we will have a problem with the insides of this, but I'm not worried about that because I can actually bring those in. That's no problem. Now what I want to do is I actually want to extrude these parts out. So I want to extrude these parts out and then deal with these parts. But let's deal with these parts first, at least to make the band that we actually want, because we have another one going up here. So let's do that first actually. So Control R, left click, right click, Control R, left click, right click. I'm going to do this a little bit different from the window. So Control R, like so. So how are we going to do this? So first of all, we are going to bevel it off. So we're going to just grab all these and we're going to bevel them off because that will make it a little bit easier for us. And we'll just see if it bends it too much. If it bends it too much, we're better off using the insert. So we'll give it a try, whichever one's going to be the easiest. Like so. Let's press Control B. And luckily for us on this one, as you can see, it's got a nice line down there and a nice one on there. Unfortunately for us though, it's actually not the same width on each of these. So we really want them to be roughly the same width. So what I'm going to do is grab this, Control click, this one, Control click, this one, Control click, and finally this one, Control click. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto individuals. I'm going to put this then on normal. And now what I can do is if I press S and X, I can actually should be able to pull those out always from the side. So you can see now all of those have been pulled out from the side. That is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so now I want to pull these parts out as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in, Alt Shift click, and just go around them, because that then is going to make it really easy to actually grab these. So grab them like that, right click, mark seam, and then you can just simply come in and just press L on each of these islands, which makes it really easy to grab them like so. And then I'm going to press E, and you can see that I should be able to pull them out. So if I just pull them out this way, like so, now I've been able to pull them out like so, and we can see that's looking pretty nice already. Now the one problem we are going to have is when we pull these ones out, we need to actually get them to line up. So let's actually deal with these now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of these. So we need to grab all of these going down. So I'm just going to Control select them. Not that one, of course. So Shift click, Control, and then Shift and Shift. And the same here. So Shift, Control, and yeah, like that. And then there is another way we could actually do it, but we're not. Yeah, there's so many ways we could do this, but we'll just keep it to this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is press E, and hopefully I should be able to pull those out. Now, of course, we can see the problem we've got here is that when I pull these out, these need pulling out now. So I'm going to pull these out separately from these. Bring them round like so. Like so, and then I'm just going to press S and Y and just going to pull those out now. And we can see we do have one problem in that we need to pull them back. So Alt S, let's see if we can pull them back a little bit. There we go. Now that's looking pretty nice. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to achieve with this. Okay, so I'm happy with how that looks. And now what we want to do is we want to actually come in and give this some materials, and the materials are pretty simple with this one. They're just going to be, so we should have already, let's have a look, main metal, let's give it that. Now let's right click and shade auto smooth. Let's grab it and make sure that it's unwrapped properly. So smart UV project, click OK, and let's now bring in our glass. So what I'm going to do is just grab each of these like so. And the good thing is, because I'll show you another way of selecting things, which is really, really handy. So once we've brought this in, click the plus, down arrow, glass lid, click assign, and let's say you click off it. So now we clicked off it, but we want to select all the glass. Don't want to go around and select all the glass again. So what we can do is just select one, and then you go to select similar, by, material, and then it'll select them all for you. Now we can actually go over to the shading panel. Press the dot button to zoom in, tab button, make sure we've got them all, and now we can see that they're all like this. Now instead of making them all bigger, let's press A, let's come up then to the little three dots, let's go to UV, and what we're going to do is pack islands, and we're not going to rotate them, click OK, let it think about it, it's going to pack them really nicely for us, and now we should be able to have something which is around the right size. Now it's not going to be perfect, so we're going to have to make them a little bit bigger, like so. And again, this is going to take a little bit of time just to get these in, but once you've done it, it's done, so you don't need to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch them out as well. So S and X, stretch them out, and then I'm going to grab each one and just put them in some sort of place. Now as well on this one, we don't actually need to worry about rounded ones because we haven't got any rounded ones, so that's good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in, S and X, and just deal with them individually, like so. So I'm just going to make sure they all line up. And then I'll go around and look at ones that I'm not happy with. So I'm just going to make generalization of them at the moment. And there is a fair few. And we'll see the ones that are really going to stick out like a sore thumb. So, oops, so S. And then we can just go in and alter those. And again, this will be another asset that you can put in your asset manager and use time and time again. So that's why we're taking our time and making sure that they're done correctly. Okay, and doesn't take too long. So I'm just basically grabbing them, pressing G to move them. And we can see that there's one which has got a round one on, and now that's moved, and this should be, yep, that's the last one. All right, so let's join that in like so. And now we'll just go around and make sure that we're happy with all of them. So we can see that we've got 3 on here. We've got this one, which is halfway in between, as you can see. Let's fix that one. We've got this one where it's a little bit too big, I think. Then we've got this one, which is a little bit out as well. Like so. And let's move around the other side. And let's try and nail these in the right position. They're all okay. They're all okay. And they're all okay. Apart from these, I think it just needs drop in. Yeah, like so. Now let's have a look at what that looks like. So this is what it looks like from far away. And yeah, I think I'm happy with how that looks. Let's just put it onto here. Shader panel. Like so. And I'm just wondering whether I want it a little bit more yellow. So I think now the only thing I would like to probably do is make this a little bit more yellow, but I think I'm actually going to do that in post-processing or the compositing. So I think for the next lesson, what we'll do is we'll actually create the tops of this, we'll get the chain on there, and we'll actually get this sat above the doorway. All right, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.